Hey team, this is Elizabeth here. I wanted to share with you guys a hopefully quick video about how to onboard your new coach using the tools and resources that we have created through our Coach Online office, which actually Team Beachbody has that set up for us. But I also wanted to remind you guys of our Fuego Fit Nation website so that you guys can utilize that, and as well for any of your new coaches, they can use that as well. So the purpose again of this video is to share with you a couple of tips on how to onboard your new coach successfully. And I'm going to tell you that all the resources that you need to onboard a new coach, you've already gone through them yourself with me as your personally sponsored coach. And it's also available to you and to your new coaches as soon as they enroll as a coach. They have access to all these resources and tools online. It's in Spanish, it's in French, and again, it's there. It's ready for us to just put to use and take action. The only difference is that, some people take advantage of it and some coaches don't. And I want to make sure that I create that sense of commitment to utilizing the Coach Online office as a resource that Team Beachbody has put together for us, and they're only expanding. So anyhow, some of the things that you want to make sure that you do first and foremost is you want to introduce your coach to the team page, to Team Fuego Fit Nation. You are welcome to introduce them to the bigger team, but I know from experience that when you start introducing and adding these new coaches to all of these groups, they're going to get overwhelmed. And if you can avoid that from the get-go, please do so. Think of your experience as well as a coach, and think of where you were at 6 months ago, 1 year ago, or 2 years ago as a baby, like a brand new coach. So you want to avoid your new coach feeling that way too. So introduce them to the team page. Let them already feel like they're a part of a team of coaches, of business partners that they're going to get to ask questions and be a part of. Like right away, create that excitement and that community that, yes, we build our business online or in the community, but there are so many of us here on the team and we come together, and that's what you want to create, a sense of community. Think again of why you like to do this and what you want to create for your team. I love creating a sense of community and a sense of, that we're here collaborating together and building our businesses, together and sharing ideas. And that's what we want. That's what we want our new coaches to feel as well. Now, the second thing, so Beachbody is going to send your new coach an email. I like to also send my coaches a new coach welcome email, and that is in an Evernote that is in the files section of the team page. So you want to go take a look at that as well. You can also find those resources, the new coach welcome email, on our Fuego Fit Nation training website under the coach tools option. And I am going to share my screen so that I can show you where all of that information is. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen here. Okay, so here is our Coach Basics, our Coach Online office. Okay, so your new coach is going to get a new coach email, and Beachbody is going to introduce them. They're going to welcome them. They're going to share with them the first 30 training right away. So as a new coach and as their coach, you want to make sure that you are ready to answer any questions that they may have. Again, you're going to work this business around your schedule. Okay, so where you're going to do is find the first 30 in the training tab. Again, this is a new look for our Coach Online office. So not only maybe are you introducing new coaches right now, but we also have just got a new look to our training website, to our Coach Online website. And so I'm also taking the time every single day, 10-15 minutes, to get familiar where I can find all my resources, because I was very familiar with the old training website. So now here I am, also brand new, just like you. We all started at the same time, and we're getting familiar with this. Now, if you're a new coach, then you don't have to worry about the old view. Okay, so again, this is the training. The training tab is is where you're going to find, this is where all the coach training is available to you. So getting started, you want to direct your coaches to the Getting Started tab. Again, I will share 2 different options for you to help your coaches go through this first 30 training. I also have it pinned to the top of the team page, a video, the PDFs, all the information that Team Beachbody shared with us at the beginning of them launching this first 30 training. So the first 30 minutes, you want to make sure that you get your coaches started off right. What you're supposed to do in the first 30 minutes of enrolling them. You know, they're going to get a new coach welcome email. They will have a coach welcome book in their package delivered to them to their home. So that's pretty awesome there. And you can also view it here. Like, I didn't get this actual coach book, but I can go and I can print it off. You also have a quick reference checklist, which I love because this is going to guide you and say, okay, the first 30 minutes, this is what you're going to do. It's a checklist, nothing more, nothing less. Stick to the system. Like, why overcomplicate any of this? Like, we don't need to add anything. We don't need to give them anything else except walk them through this checklist. And you're going to, you're comfortable with your new coach. So whichever way you speak to your new coaches and your people, that's cool, because that's your tribe. That's your people. Don't feel like you have to be this like super professional, coach. You just be you and share with them, what they have to do in order to launch their business successfully. Okay, so again, the first 30. So I'm going to go back to the training tab, and this is the Getting Started tab again. And then the first 30 hours, what are you supposed to do the first 30 hours? Now, this is going to tell you what you're supposed to do the first 30 hours. And we've done this, together. This is when you initially started as a new coach. The business quick start guide. This is the most important part that you will need to have with your coach. The getting started right call, because you want to know about your coach. You want to make sure that they're connected to the social medias. You want to make sure that, that they understand the 4 vital behaviors, that they know who they can go to for any questions, for any support. Of course, they'll be in the team page, so they can make sure that you let them know that, like, it's, and in this, they can share and ask questions and go live and do what they need to do, because this is their community. This is where they're going to get all the support that they need to launch their business successfully and to continue growing as a coach. The last thing you want your coach to feel is like that they have no one, to work with, that there's no one there to answer their questions. The last thing you want to do is to make it feel like you created all this excitement for a team and then not even be existence. Okay, so definitely make sure that you help them with this part here. Okay, and then the next part is the coach action plan. Guys, how many times have we gone over this? Every 30 days, we all should be creating a 30-day coach action plan. Now, after a couple months, you can continue to ask for their coach action plan if they still need the feedback. But most of the time, if you have a coach who's a self-starter, who's a go-getter, and truly wants to build this business, they're going to take this coach action plan and they're going to use it every single month. Do you want them to share it with you so that you can provide them feedback? Absolutely. Just like I reach out and I say, hey, coaches, I'm available this week. If you have some time, you want to share your coach action plan, you want to meet one-on-one, let's do this, because I always feel that we all need that mentor to just take a look at what we're doing. Maybe we have some ideas we can share. Maybe we can collaborate, whatever it is. This coach action plan is this is the business plan. This is the roadmap to their success. And if people are on this journey and don't even have a goal that they're working towards, then why are they here? Like, why are they doing this, right? So you definitely do not want any coaches on your team or any coach on the team to feel like, well, I'm really not sure why I'm inviting to a challenge. I'm not sure why I'm hosting a coach sneak peek. I'm not even sure why I'm getting certified in a workout, right? So you definitely want to make sure that your new coaches know exactly why they're here and why they became a Team Beachbody coach and what their goals are and what their action steps are. These action steps are action oriented. That means that they get to write down a specific number that they want to work towards every single week. And of course, you connect them to the business activity tracker, which you'll also find under the training tab in the Coach Online office. So these action steps here, guys, these are action oriented, okay? And I wrote this down so I remembered. There are two types of goals. Action oriented goal, which is how many invites a week, how many invites a day, you know, how many follow-ups, how many, you know, how many of those, like it says here, how many conversations. Now the other type is result-oriented goals. This is like how many challenge packs did you sell, right? How many performance lines, how many refresh, also how many coaches did you sign up? How many new coaches came onto your team? How many sneak peeks did you host? These are results-oriented goals. The first one is actions, like what actions are you taking to build your business? And then the other one is results. What results did you get from taking these actions? Okay, so those are two types of goals. And you definitely want to talk to them like, look, if you post on social media, however many times they can post, okay, I know that we always say 3 to 5 times, but make sure that they don't feel that pressure. As long as they're making their presence and they're sharing their story and they're connecting, then, you know, and then tell them, if you are sharing on social media, these are the results that you will find, but we have to be consistent. And by doing these action plan, guys, it's going to help you track your business. And then, of course, I'm going to go back to the training, go back to getting started, and then this is the big one here. The first 30 days, this is where you will have your coach do a Coach Basics training. Now, my Coach Basics trainings are 21 days because the first 2 weeks, I share 1 training per day, and the last week I do 2 trainings per day. And the last week we meet up and we talk about the goals. We talk about, you know, anything that happened during the training. Of course, once a week we have a Zoom call so that we're answering questions that they may have. And the first 30 training, I want to tell you that there are, and I wrote this down so I remember, 2 options how I've ran these trainings, the first 30 days, okay? The first 30 Coach Basics training. I've either run a first 30 Coach Basics training, you know, on my Challenge Tracker app or in a Facebook group at the beginning before the Tracker app was available. And every day I would schedule a post from the training, okay? So you will go to the training library, because you're probably wondering, well, where do I get the post or the training to post on in the My Challenge Tracker? So you're going to go to the training library, okay? And then you're going to click on training library, and then you'll go to Coach Basics training, okay? The Coach Basics training, this is where you're going to find the leader guide. The leader guide is going to help you, you know, how you're going to run your Coach Basics. Now, I do not recommend that if you're an Emerald coach or a coach, you know, Emerald coach or even a Diamond coach, do not worry about running your own training just yet. Collaborate with the team. Collaborate with Fuego Fit Nation. Let's run this as a team. So again, when you're bringing in your new coach, if you're an Emerald coach, I don't want Emerald or Diamond, even a 1-star Diamond. You want to make sure that you are building momentum in your business and you are getting like working, having that time where you collaborate with your team. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, something that many coaches have done. They become Emerald and then they want to open up their own team page and they want to start doing all these team calls. That's just pulling yourself in many directions, and maybe there's only like 1 or 2 of you. It's better to be a part of a bigger group and a bigger team to collaborate, because that just gives us more ideas and more opportunities to work with each other so that we don't feel like we're alone on building this business. So in the Coach Basics program training, this is where you'll find the leader guide, steps to how to run, or even how to, you know, help out your new coach. The content guide. This is where I grab the content that I share every single day in the Coach Basics training. So again, I gave you, you have two options. You can host or add your new coach to the My Challenge Tracker, and we run it as a team. Or if you have a coach who's just a self-starter and they just want to run and do this on their own, well, you can have them go to the Fuego Fit Nation training website, and they can go to the New Coach Academy, and they can just go day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and they do the training on their own. Do not hold any new coach back that is ready to just run with their business. Like I've had many of those coaches, and I love it. I love, because that's who I am too. I'm a self-starter. Just tell me where I can find a training and I'm on it, because there's some days where I'll have 1 hour, some days where I have 2 hours to work my business. And guess what? As a new coach, I don't have any coaches who I'm working with. I don't have any challengers. So 100% of my time is dedicated to me, to building and growing my business. I don't have to worry about anything else. So I'm not going to worry about any other training except the one that I put in. And that's what I did when I first started as a new coach. It was a 30-day boot camp. That's all I had to do. And so if I had 30 minutes, I was doing my modules. If I had 2 hours on the weekend, guess what? Sometimes I did like everything. So it just depends on your coach. Some coaches need, to be handheld for a month or 2 months or 3 months. But after that, you do not want to, hold any hands. You really don't, because then that's where you're going to see which coaches are serious about building their business and which are kind of just, they're kind of just, hobby coaches. They're not really into wanting to build the business. So again, you can run and host a team, Coach Basics, which I start one every first or second Monday of the month, just depends, Monday of the month. So, just take a look at the calendar. So it's every first Monday of the month is when a new Coach Basics training starts. Okay, and if you have coaches, put them in on the roster in the Team Fuego Fit Nation file section, and we'll go from there. The second one, like I said, is self-paced study. They can go to the team website, or they can even go to here and they can do it. They can just grab the Coach Basics content guide and they can just do the training themselves. Okay, so I really like that, the simplicity of them using this website and this, because it tells them exactly everything they need to do. And then here we go, day 1, day 2, day 3. And if they're ready to move on to the Emerald Academy, more power to them. Like, you never want to hold someone back. Everyone has different learning styles, but always make sure that once a week you check in, like you schedule a time where you're going to check in with your coaches. I would love to do it as a bigger team, because maybe one of my new coaches has a question or an answer or a question to something that your new coach has. So again, we come together and we do this so that we just have more ways to collaborate with each other as a team. And so again, so set up the Zoom calls, the once a week Zoom calls, check in with them, you do the 30 days, and then again, you see where they're at. And if they're ready to move on to the second part of the training, phase 2, because now they're Emerald coaches, you do that, and you go from there, right? But as a sponsoring coach, you as the coach, you definitely have to be familiar with the training. You yourself have to go through it. If you need a refresher, go for it, like do it. And this is the participant guide. You want to make sure that your new coaches receive the participant guide, because that's going to give them some insight into the expectations of the new coach training, so that they can launch their business successfully. Guys, they're starting a new business. Like, this is serious stuff. And so it's going to give them their expectations. What I did in the Team Fuego Fit Nation website is I created a video. What are my expectations? And again, I love for all my coaches to have a binder. They need to print out their resources. And I have a checklist for the team. So feel free to use this. Again, if you're an Emerald coach or a Diamond coach, don't worry right now about creating a team page or creating all these trainings. Do take the time once a week to start building, your training library, but don't don't make that a priority, because like I said before, it's just going to pull you away from growing your own business, and you're going to go into micromanaging, and you definitely don't want that. This is why I love coaching, because I'm not here to micromanage anyone. I'm here to provide all my coaches and my team the tools and resources that you guys can use to build your business. And I use them myself. You do them, you learn the system, and then you can duplicate and tweak it to make it fit your personality, right? And so that's why I love this. I love the Coach Basics program, because it's a system. It's a system where it takes us from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. And it guides us, like, what do we do first? And again, you add what you want to add to it, your vibe, your attitude, whatever, right? That's what I love about this. So once again, make sure that your new coach is added to the Fuego Fit team page, that you go through them, like, what's this all about? What do we do? You know, and also make sure that they know that the Coach Basics training is every first Monday of the month. 30 days, again, 3 weeks is the training. Then the last week is, you know, refreshing, going through any questions. So if they're ready to move on to phase 2, you move them on to phase 2, and then Emerald Academy if they yet have not achieved Emerald. So if they achieved Emerald, they can go straight to the Emerald Academy. If they didn't, then you can move them over to phase 2 of the Coach Basics training. Again, that's all that information is in your Coach Online office. My suggestion to you is to get familiar with this system and also create something that works best for you. But most of all, don't feel like you have to create anything new, because everything you need is here, ready to go for you to use and to help you mentor and lead your new coaches to build a team that you desire. So again, I hope this was helpful. I'm excited to partner up with all of you guys to continue building your businesses. And whether you're doing coaching part-time, that's awesome, guys. Please know that if you truly want to build this business, you can. You can do this part-time. It doesn't require 8 hours a day or 4 hours a day. You make the time that you can for your business, and know that that's the time you allocate for it to grow. And then you go from there. There's going to be some days where you have more hours than not. Take it from me that I was building this business part-time while working a full-time job, teaching, raising kids. And I still do. I still feel like I still have that mentality. I'm going to build this business part-time because I still want to have a lot of flexibility and time to be with my family. So again, please, if you have any questions about how to onboard a new coach, anything on the Coach Basics program or training, or the Fuego Fit Nation training website and support for your coaches or for you, please make sure to reach out. You can email me or message me so that we can set up a time to go over anything that you want regarding this this training and this system that has been amazing for me, and I know that it will for you as well. Have a great day, guys.